This is the Radisson Blu Hotel at the Manchester Airport. A perfectly located hotel which is ideal for an extra night's stay before that holiday excitement properly kicks in, or an ideal place to have a bit of a rest before you go on that all-important business trip. With plenty of perks, a prime location, and plenty of things up its sleeve to keep you occupied, this hotel is definitely one that you need to give a try before your next trip out of Manchester Airport. Especially if, like me, you're an aviation enthusiast. Welcome everyone to my first ever video on the Radisson Blu Hotel at Manchester Airport. Located very, very close to Terminal 2 at Manchester Airport, it's in a prime location for anybody who's looking to take a departure out of Terminal 2, especially since the majority of flights are now moving across to there. Located directly next to the apron at the airport, you'll get great views of the aircraft as they're parked up, and you'll get fantastic views of the aircraft coming into land using the runways as well. Alternatively, if you're looking out the window in the opposite direction, you'll get a pretty decent view of Manchester's skyline as well. The hotel itself is accessible by car, bus, tram and train. If you've driven, you've got the option of using the Radisson's Park, Stay and Fly package. With that, it allows you to park on site, leave your keys with someone at the reception, and then they'll go move your car into a suitable parking location. That provides you with the option then of booking all of it in a oneer so that you're not having to deal with your hotel stay and your parking separate. However, on the times where I've been before, I've used jet parks for my parking. And I can recommend them because it is very useful having to be able to just park your car up, know where you've left your keys, and be able to just hop straight on the bus directly to whichever terminal that you need. I might do a video about the jet parks car park one day if anybody is interested. If you've taken the train to Manchester Airport, this hotel is definitely ideal. It's just a few minute walk away from the actual train station itself to get to the hotel, and you're able to use the Skywalk as well. Hi folks, don't mind me just casually interrupting myself. Regular viewers will know that I do this all the time because I can't be bothered to go back into my studio to correct myself. It's not actually called the Skywalk, it's called the Skylink. I don't think I make that mistake too many times, but just in case. Which, when the travelators are walking through there is absolutely perfect. And not only that, you'll be able to walk through and stay away from the inevitable Manchester rain as you make your way to the hotel. For booking the hotel, be sure to set yourself up with a Radisson Rewards account. Now, I'm not sponsored by them, but Radisson, if you want to be, reach out to me. But my recommendation is that if you book through Radisson directly, that tends to be the cheapest prices for the stay. And also, if you have a Radisson Rewards account, you immediately unlock discounts, and for the more times that you stay there, you'll get extra money off as well. If you scan that QR code on the screen now, or equally, if you use the link in the description, you can get access to my referral code, and we'll both get a bonus 1,000 points to use for our next stays. So please be sure to use those before you book your next Radisson stay, if you haven't already got a rewards account. Equally, once you've set your account up, if you want to then share your own referral code with your friends and family, again, you'll be able to both get a bonus 1,000 points. When you check in at the Radisson Blu Hotel at Manchester Airport, it seems rather unusual at first, but you check in at the check-in desk on the 3rd floor. This is because the ground floor consists of meeting rooms, the business services support desk, and access to the road if you're getting a taxi when going out in the evening for a meal, or equally when you first arrive. The reason that they put the check-in desk on the 3rd floor is because it lines up perfectly with the Skylink, and the vast majority of people do access the hotel using this Skylink, and it's also convenient when checking out, because you can then get into the Skylink and walk straight to Terminal 2. In terms of options for checking in, you can either check in online, which is usually the quickest way to do it, and from there you'll be able to collect your key card directly from reception. And for our stay, this is exactly what we did. We checked in online, collected the key card, and paid any remaining balance. On the 3rd floor, there is also a mini shop where you're able to grab snacks, essential items, your consumables, things like that, that might be useful for either your hotel stay or when going through the airport itself. I wouldn't recommend buying anything for your holiday necessarily in this shop. You are actually probably better off buying them in the airport terminal if able. But that shop does seem to be open 24/7. I think it seems to be done on almost like a trust basis. Either that or you have to go to a receptionist. Not sure, didn't use it. but it's convenient having it there anyway if you do find yourself in the middle of the night thinking, oh crap, I haven't got a toothbrush. When you first arrive at the hotel and get yourself checked in, before you get into the lifts to go up to your room, you'll find some odd little nibbles like fruits and sweets and things like that. The rooms at this hotel consist of several key types. These types of rooms include the standard rooms with doubles, twins or triples, superior rooms with runway views, premium rooms either with or without runway views, family rooms, one-bedroom suites, which are optionally available with executive lounge access. And finally, we've got the executive rooms, which this is the one that me and the missus stayed in. And with that, we got access to the executive room with runway views and the executive lounge access as well. We made our way to the top floor of the hotel and made our way to our room. The room itself is brilliantly sized and has floor-to-ceiling windows as well. It gave us fantastic views of the runways, the apron, everything at the airport. It was a fantastic view. The room itself had a brilliantly sized and really comfy bed. It's one of the biggest beds I've ever stayed in. It was a very large queen size bed and it was extremely comfy. We loved it. In all honesty, I wish I had one of them at home. The room itself also had a nice large HD TV in, and with that we were able to connect our phone to it and make use of the built-in Chromecast to watch our own entertainment. It's worth noting as well, in that room, even if you've got the executive lounge access, which I'll go in a bit more detail about later on in the video, there is a minibar in your room and you do have to pay for it if you take anything out of it. So don't be fooled if you've got executive lounge access. The stuff that's in that minibar, even with that lounge access, you still have to pay for, so keep that in mind. Finally, the room itself had a fantastic bathroom. It was lovely and clean, couldn't find a problem with it, and the shower was fantastic as well. This incredible room provided us with top floor views of the airport, runways and apron. So we got a fantastic view of all the aircraft as they were taxiing around, seeing all the ground workers and getting to see all the aircraft coming into land and take off as well. It was a fantastic room and I can't say much more about it. It was just fantastic. After dropping off everything at our room, we were straight into the first little perk, and that was we got straight into our swimming gear, headed down to the bottom floor and made our way into the pool. When you arrive at the pool area, all you have to do is sign in with your room number and they'll provide you with towels and point you in the right direction to get to the changing rooms. The pool itself is a pretty decent size when it comes to lengths, and it was also a really good temperature. One stay that we went on recently at the Voco Life Hill Hotel was a spa style swimming pool and it was freezing. So the Radisson Blu Hotel swimming pool, breath of fresh air, because it was a nice warm temperature. And for those of you who are a bit like myself and love swimming several lengths underwater, the pool was a pretty good depth as well. By the time you got to the shallow end, yeah, it's probably about that big. But on the deep end, it was more than enough. With it being an indoor pool, naturally, it was a good temperature all year round. When we went for our December visit, it was nice and warm inside. You could walk around in your swimming gear with no issues whatsoever. You wouldn't ever get cold. And it's worth noting as well that they also had a sauna and steam room on site. So if you were feeling chilly somehow, you did have that option there, so you can go inside those and immediately cook yourself. Alongside that, the changing rooms, they were pretty good as well. You had free lockers in there. And there was also a gym as well. Naturally, of course, with me going on holiday, the last thing I wanted to be doing was going into the gym, but when I had a little nosy on the inside of it, it looked fantastic and they had a lot of great equipment in there as well. Having access to this swimming pool when we arrived was fantastic. It gave us a bit of an early insight into what we were essentially going to be going on holiday for. It was great to have a chance to go for a bit of a swim and get the excitement ready for our holiday before it even started. After we had our nice relaxing swim, we then made our way through to the executive lounge on the top floor. Open from 6 AM to 9 PM, the executive lounge is a great place to be able to hang out, grab some drinks, and even grab some food as well. All of which is included in the price of the executive room with lounge access or the one-bedroom suite with lounge access. And the amazing thing about this, during those times, there's no time limit at all for the amount of time that you spend in there. So compare that to an airport lounge where you typically only get about 3 hours unless you've got some sort of very fancy membership that I currently don't. You get truly unlimited time in there. Well, I suppose it is limited. They kick you out at 9 o'clock, but that's besides the point. The executive lounge is open for all ages up until around 4 PM. During that time, they serve odd bits of crisps, fruit, soft drinks and hot drinks. This is to make sure that it caters for families who have paid to stay in these rooms with the relevant access. So after 4 o'clock, that is when it becomes adults only and no kids are allowed in there anymore. The reason for that is because they start serving self-serve alcohol, and the closing time for the lounge is around 9 p.m. So you get around 5 hours where you've got access to unlimited alcohol, which, to be fair, at first you might think that is a bit early, and I guess it kind of is, but at the same time it makes sense that you don't want people to be in there feeling as though they've got to get their money's worth and spending so much time in there. When the vast majority of people who are staying in this hotel have got probably quite an early rise. The last thing you want is people being hungover first thing in the morning after a long time spent in the lounge and missing their flights. Whilst I taught you through the drinks options that are available in the executive lounge, I'm going to be making the one that was my go-to the whole time that I was there. And that is the good old vodka lemonade. The great thing about this lounge is that they even had this exact vodka, which, as you can hopefully see on screen now, is Smirnoff version number 57. The reason why that version is so special is because typically that's the one that's sold in airports or other duty-frees. And with that, it's actually stronger than the normal one that you'd get in supermarkets. It's around 50% rather than the usual 37.5%. But in my mind, it actually tastes better somehow. Don't know how that works, I'm not an expert, but that one is fantastic. Now, I will admit, in the executive lounge, they do have the nice glass bottles of Schweppes that you can use for lemonade. I couldn't find those in my local Asda, so plastic bottle of lemonade it is. Cheers, everyone. You can't go wrong with that. It's perfect. The self-serve drinks that they have available include various types of beer, wine, gin, vodka, whiskey, rum, and Prosecco as well. Don't have any champagne, unfortunately, for the fancy viewers, but sometimes, from what I've seen online, they occasionally bring out cocktails. I've seen videos from various YouTubers in the past who have gone to the executive lounge at the Radisson Blu Hotel and have actually got espresso martinis, which is my favourite cocktail, and passion fruit martinis, which is my partner's favourite cocktail. Unfortunately, when we stayed, they didn't bring any cocktails out for us. This might be because we were staying in December time, so it might not have been deemed, suitable for the time period. I don't know, but those are the various drink options that are available. Inside of the lounge itself, there are huge panoramic windows that give you fantastic views of the airfield. Even better views than what your room provides you with. They've also got lots of different types of seating available, from nice low cushioned seats to nice sort of typical higher bar stool type seats. Some of the tables even had different board games on there. One of which was checkers, which me and the missus had a go at. It was great fun teaching her how to play it, and then she went on to beat me, so story of my life. They also had a TV in there which was showing the news of the day, and they also had different newspapers that you could help yourself to. In the evening time, this is when they brought out the buffet evening nibbles, is probably the best way to call it. They brought out some evening food for us all to help ourselves to. Some of the examples of the food that they had on it were mini burgers, various different meats such as hams and salamis, different bits of cheese, crackers, bread. They even had these like prawns in really long phyllo pastry. I had loads of those, they were lovely. They also had things like samosas and so much more, which was then followed up by a selection of desserts. Having the lounge available to us all day was fantastic. It gave us something to do without having to whip out my wallet. It was a fantastic place to stay, to hang out, have some drinks, have some food, and just all in all, it was a really fantastic addition to our hotel stay. It's fantastic as well compared to going into, say, the airport lounge on the day of your flight, because you're in there and you are truly able to relax, because you don't have to worry about when your flight time's leaving, how much time you've got left to actually stay in the lounge for, anything like that. You can just truly relax the night before your holiday. It's perfect. Safe to say that after an evening spent with unlimited food and drinks, we were ready for a nice early night, ready for our flight the next day. And that flight in particular was to the Rio Caramboa. If you want to go watch that video, because I've already done that video, I've left the link for that in the description as well, so please go give that a watch, as that is essentially the natural follow-up to this video. And trust me, it is a very, very special hotel, and it's also special to us for one particular reason as well. Few bonus bits from me which I forgot to think about whilst actually recording those bits in my studio, and especially because of the fact that we had access to the executive lounge anyway, so we never actually used them. There are 2 different restaurants on site, one that you'd use for your main meal in the evening and for your breakfast first thing in the morning, and there's also a separate little bar area. I'll go into a bit more detail about those now for you. Starting off firstly with the Little M Bar. This bar is open from 11 AM to 11 PM and is a good little spot just for those little nibbles and just to grab a drink or two, because they've got a nice stocked bar in there. Again, I can't really speak from experience, I've never been in there, but just for your awareness, that bar is there. And then we've also got the Collage Restaurant. I've been in there once for breakfast, and I can confirm that the breakfast is delicious in there. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet with all your sort of classic full English. I think they did eggs royale when I stayed there that one time and had breakfast as well. And they even have all the ingredients necessary, including the vodka, to make Bloody Marys first thing in the morning. So it's one of the sort of higher quality buffet breakfasts that I've seen, but it was a good couple of years ago that I did that one, so I can't really elaborate much more on it. If you've got the executive lounge, there's kind of no need for either of those. That's why I kind of forgot to touch upon them, because obviously you get free unlimited drinks in the lounge and you get better views than either of those, either of the bar or the restaurant would provide. And you get fed, so you don't really need to use either. And same with breakfast, there is a limited options for breakfast as well, but most of the time you don't usually have time for breakfast in the morning anyway, because you got a flight to catch. Thank you very, very much to everybody who stayed around to watch this video on the Radisson Blu Hotel at the Manchester Airport, and especially an insight into the executive lounge. I'm trying to work my way up to 100 subscribers. We're getting very, very close. At the time of recording, we're at around 50. If you could like and subscribe, that would mean the absolute world to me, and it would kickstart 2026 in a fantastic way for me. I'm looking to grow this channel as much as I possibly can. So thank you very much, everybody, for giving this video a watch. Thank you for liking it. Thanks for subscribing. As I said, go watch part 2 of this video, which is about the Ryu Caramboa, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody. See you later. That is so good. It's so much better than normal Smirnoff.